You probably clicked on this video because you, just like me and so many other entrepreneurs out there, struggle with productivity, staying motivated, and taking action on your small business every single day. And as much as I wish I had the one solution to never feel lazy again, the truth is being productive as an entrepreneur is way more than just the hustle. It's about aligning with your natural rhythms, listening to your body, tapping into your creativity, and knowing when it's time to rest. If you're new here, hello, my name is Karina. I am a content creator. I own a consignment store. I'm an online reseller. I'm a mother, a twihard, a Joe Jonas lover, but I'm really just a girl. A girl who has been on a journey for the last year redefining what productivity and success means for me and my small business. Today, I'm going to share with you guys 5 ways that you can actually be productive as an entrepreneur. So stay tuned. According to the Oxford Dictionary, the word productive is defined as achieving or producing a significant amount or result. Now, I want to be extremely clear when I say this. No one gets to define what success or productivity means for you and your business except for you. Now, maybe it's my Aries rising talking, but when I made the decision to be self-employed, it was mainly because I did not want somebody else telling me what I needed to do to be productive and measure me against my peers or against any sort of idea of what productivity is supposed to be. The only person that I have to compete with is myself. And at the same time, the only person who gets to set the standard is also myself. One way that I make sure I'm producing work that is aligned with my purpose, my vision, and my values is to have regular meetings with the spirit of my business. I used to do this once a week, but now I do it anytime I need any sort of clarity or guidance on what I need to prioritize in my business. I take my journal out and I write, "Dear spirit of my business, what do you need from me?" And I just let the pen start flowing. Sometimes I start off with writing how I'm feeling, and I let the spirit of my business know where I'm currently at, and it's almost like I'm talking to ChatGPT or something, because I'll be like, "Dear spirit of my business, I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed. I have so many things on my plate, and I just don't know what step I need to take next." Sometimes I will write out a list of all the tasks that I have. And from that point, once I have it down on paper, it's literally like the spirit of my business takes over. Once I take things out of my head and put it on paper, it's like I can actually see what I need to prioritize, and making those kinds of decisions about what I'm gonna do to actually reach my goals becomes super clear. I'm telling you, whenever I do this, it's like something takes over my hand and my hand just starts writing and writing and writing all of these things that I know that I need to hear, but maybe because I'm looking at things through a muddled mindset, then it's just not clear exactly what needs to happen. When I put myself in the position of the spirit of my business, like as in my actual business, I'm pretending like I'm talking to Vibe Consignment, my brick and mortar consignment store, and having it tell me what it needs from me as the employee, as the boss, whatever it is. And then I'm able to actually come up with an actionable plan of things that I need to do. And I do this for every single day. I don't worry about what the week has to do, because then I can really chunk it down and make it manageable for whatever my schedule is in that day. This has been the best way for me to focus in on what my business actually needs from me and work on tasks that are actually going to be productive, instead of me just running around doing a bunch of busy work, feeling like I'm doing a lot, but actually not getting anything done. Speaking of focus, I did this one thing every single day for the last week, and it helped me improve my mental performance, stress levels, and overall productivity. Alongside my morning oat milk vanilla latte, I was taking a shot of Magic Mind. Magic Mind is a mental performance shot that helps you think better, faster, and stress less. As a multi-passionate entrepreneur with self-diagnosed ADHD, I am either juggling a million things all at once, or I'm hyper-fixating on one thing that I probably shouldn't even be focusing on, i.e. reading an entire fairy smut novel in one sitting, instead of working on that Facebook ads e-course that I should have finished a month ago. Having multiple projects going on all at once is so overstimulating and overwhelming, and I usually don't end up getting anything done because my focus is split on too many different things. But adding Magic Mind to my morning coffee routine gives me almost a super boost that helps me focus and finish a task to completion, and that has changed my life. Magic Mind is 100% safe and it is made out of ceremonial grade matcha and rhodella for energy, lion's mane and bacopa manieri for working memory and mental acuity, ashwagandha and L-theanine to manage stress levels, and vitamins B2, B3, B12, C, and D3 to support your mood and immunity. I was first introduced to Magic Mind about a year ago and immediately fell in love with it. So when their company reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to do the 7-day trial and share it with you guys, it was an immediate yes. It is a product that I have been using and love, and trust me, I am somebody who is extremely picky, especially when it comes to like healthy things. I don't particularly love greens or salads. I'm very picky about taste, and so I was kind of nervous trying this out for the first time. I didn't know if it was going to be something that I could actually like drink regularly, but it is so sweet and yummy and I drink it every single day. I really do love it and I recommend it to anyone who will listen. If you want to try Magic Mind for yourself, I highly recommend trying it out for a few days so you can let the ingredients have their full effect and work their magic. The team at Magic Mind was super generous and they gave me a code to share with you guys so you can get up to 48% off your first subscription. So if you guys are interested, you can use my code PERDIEM20, that's PERDIEM20 at checkout, and I will link everything down below in the description box. I'd love to know if you guys try it out and take the 7-day Magic Mind challenge for yourself. You can send me a DM and we can chat on there. Another way I've been able to boost productivity is by exploring creativity and hobbies outside of work. I know it sounds a little bit counterintuitive that you're gonna be able to do more work by not doing work, but that's exactly it. As a recovering workaholic, I've been practicing carving out specific fun time. And fun time can be anything from junk journaling to, yes, of course, reading my fairy smut books or playing board games and just having fun with my daughter. Recently, I attended a dance class and I used to dance in high school. I went to a performing arts high school, so dance was a part of my regular life, but that was over a decade ago and I haven't taken a dance class since. So this was kind of new for me, a little bit familiar, but definitely something that was pushing me out of my current comfort zone. Having this opportunity to try something new-ish and not have a pressure to have to perform or have to meet some sort of standard was so freeing, and I was able to just let loose, be present, and have fun. I learned a whole lot about myself during this dance class, and I was able to translate some of that into my business as well. As an entrepreneur, I know that I've definitely gotten caught up in measuring my own value and self-worth by how productive I was or how well my business was doing at any specific time. I stress and stress and stress about doing things the right way and make sure everything is perfect or else I'm a failure. But as if it were magic, that night when I was shaking my ass to Beyonce, I remembered that my value is more than how much work I'm able to do. My value is me. It's already been here, and it doesn't matter how productive I am, how much money my business makes, what things look like on the outside. It's all right here. I get to define what success means to me. And if I'm not having a good time working on my business, then it literally does not matter how productive I am. This was definitely more about reshaping the idea of productivity and how much it matters in our lives overall versus like a productivity hack. But I think once we can identify that our level of productivity literally does not matter if we are not taking care of ourselves mentally and physically. I'm currently reading this book, Women Who Work Too Much by Tamu Thomas, and she drops this banger of a line on page 3, and I want to share it with you guys. Words such as productive and efficient, for example, are often used in inhumane ways that do not honor the awe and wonder of ourselves as complex ecosystems living within a complex ecosystem. She goes on in her book to talk about how toxic productivity is a systemic issue, and it is literally not our fault. We were bred to believe that we had to suppress our feelings and our needs in order to make it to the top and be successful. I'm still pretty early on in the book. There's still like a lot that I have to read, but I'm excited. This has been something that I struggle with a lot, feeling like I need to be productive all the time, not listening to myself and my needs and just prioritizing work. And I am just really excited to get through this book, so I will let you guys know how it goes. But all this to say, go easy on yourself. Give yourself permission to play and learn about yourself, learn about your business, and remember all of these life lessons that we sometimes ignore when we're so lasered in on work. Sometimes when we get stuck in our businesses and just don't really know what the next step is, the best thing to do is to just just put it down and do something else. Get your mind working in other ways, whether it is through dancing or working out, taking a walk outside, coloring, playing with your kids, whatever it is. Just get out of that stuck mindset and try something different, and you'd be amazed at what answers you can find in the most unexpected places. The thing about productivity is it's not a one-size-fits-all type thing. It's gonna look different from business to business, from person to person, and even for me, it looks different from week to week and day to day, hour to hour, minute by minute. You get what I'm saying. But that's why it's so important to listen to our body and understand what our different seasons are. For those of us who have a uterus and whose bodies function on a 28-day cycle, as opposed to the 24-hour cycle that most of society is designed around and really truly only benefits men, cycle syncing can be a great way to create a schedule that honors our bodies and allows us to perform for our business in a way that is most supportive for our mental and physical health. I won't go too into depth about what cycle syncing is, but if you want to do some more research on your own, I highly recommend these two books, Cycle Sync Your Business by Renee Fieck, as well as In the Flow by Alyssa Vitti. But just in case this is your first time hearing about cycle syncing, or maybe you just don't really know what it is, there are 4 phases that we go through in our 28-day cycle, and each phase has its strengths and weaknesses. If we know that our follicular phase is best for brainstorming and planning, our ovulatory phase is great for networking and executing tasks, our luteal phase is more for deep work and analysis, and lastly, our menstrual phase is best for rest and reflection. Then we'll be able to plan our projects and events for the times that are best suited for those types of activities and be able to function at our best. On the other hand, if we know that during our luteal phase, we're just gonna wanna rot in bed and watch the Twilight series until we feel human again, then we're gonna honor that part of our cycle and not feel bad about not being productive. Like I said, productivity is going to look different for you and for me. And if I need to watch Bella hold on tight like a spider monkey one week so that next week I can go back to my store and reach all the sales goals and make all the content that I need to, then that's what I'm gonna do. The same way we were partnering with our business before, cycle syncing is how we're gonna partner with our bodies and give ourselves grace for adjusting our measures of productivity as needed. Remember, we are complex ecosystems, and that's on period. Some people consider your menstrual phase the beginning of your cycle, while other people say it's the end of your cycle. But regardless of whether it's at the beginning or at the end, this is the best time for you to rest and reflect. Which brings me to my final point on how to be productive as an entrepreneur. I am a consignment store owner. I am an online reseller. I am a content creator here on YouTube and on Instagram. I am a part-time yoga trapeze instructor, and I am a mother. And the most common question that I get from people is, how do you do it all? And I could sit here and talk to you guys about how I love what I do. It truly is my passion, and so usually when I'm working, it doesn't even feel like work, and how I'm so grateful that I have a partner and a family who is super supportive so that I can be present with my business when I need to. And all of that is 100% true. But if I'm not getting my regularly scheduled 2 days off a week, and I'm not getting a good night's sleep every single night, I am not going to be my most productive, perfect, beautiful, regulated self. And that's just facts. I am a former workaholic who could not separate work life from home life, and it was especially bad when I worked from home and I had all of my inventory piled up in my bedroom and in my living room, and I literally could not escape it if I tried. It's taken me a while to be able to celebrate work fully from my home, to hire a team and buy back some of my free time, and dedicate boundaries for myself so that I can prioritize my family and my times of rest and when I just need to come into myself again. And I'll be completely honest, I am 100% guilty of putting work before family, putting work before myself, and that was especially hard when it was just me and I was working 7 days a week and I just could not get out of that work hustle. But we listen and we don't judge, right? I cannot stress the importance of prioritizing rest. Think about when you're charging your phone. When you plug it in, but you're still using your phone, what happens? It starts to heat up, it doesn't charge as fast, and it's almost like it's just bleeding out all of this energy that you're trying to put back into it. What you need to do is just plug it in and leave it alone for a little bit, and especially if you have one of those like super quick chargers, it's not even gonna take that long for the battery to go back up, but you just have to let it do its thing and rest. Same thing goes for us as humans. We need to be able to completely put the phone down, close the laptop, and step away from our business even just for a little while, so that we can recharge. Recharging can look like hanging out with your friends. Recharging can look like alone time. It can look like going to the gym or going out for a walk and just getting some exercise in. For me, it's a mix of spending time with my family and just kind of chilling on the couch, and also having alone time where I get to do whatever I want to do without thinking about work or chores or what we're gonna have for dinner or anything like that. During these times of rest, I'm also taking the opportunity to reflect on what has been working and what hasn't been working. These are times I'm gonna pull out my journal again and start just talking to myself, just laying out how I'm feeling, what's going on. I'll also pull up a meditation, and I know what you're gonna say, oh my god, I can't meditate, my head won't just be quiet, and that's the point. That's the point of meditating, is to train your brain to just calm down and find that present moment, find that silence. For me, it's not even completely silent. I can't really meditate on my own without any sort of guidance. I start getting really distracted and I don't really know like where my thoughts are going. So I really like these breathwork and meditations that I find on YouTube from Breathwork by Sandy. I don't know, it's just exactly what I like. It's a very, you just have to listen to it to get what the vibe is. It's a little bit more like yogi and spiritual, but I absolutely love it, and I definitely notice a difference in my day when I do those breathwork meditations versus when I don't. I'm only truly able to connect with myself and what my true desires and internal messages are when I have this time for rest. Going back a little bit into cycle syncing, I just learned in one of those books that I recommended to you that your menstrual phase is actually the time of your cycle when you are most in tune with your intuition and you're able to talk to who Renee Fieck calls your wise woman, or your internal voice that has all of the answers that you are seeking externally. I am notorious for looking for answers outside of myself and asking other people what I should be doing, asking for advice, looking to all the gurus, looking to all the YouTube books, the podcasts, the everything that I think I could find an answer in. But once I actually quiet everything down, stop seeking external validation or external answers and look inside, that's when I'm able to figure out exactly what I'm supposed to be doing and actually take action on my business or on my life. Use your rest to reflect and return back to your vision and your purpose. We all have one big why for why we do what we do, why you started the business in the first place. And if you can keep that at the forefront of your mind, it's going to be so much easier to take action and to be productive, whatever your definition of productivity is. So those are 5 ways that you can be productive as an entrepreneur. And I know these weren't like your typical hacks that you might see when you look up how to be productive, but these are ways that you're going to be able to be a little bit more intuitive with how you are presenting yourself, not only to the world, to your business, but to yourself. You don't want to feel like you're back in a corporate job where all you're focusing on is meeting all of these statistics and things that at the end of the day literally do not matter if you are not absolutely in love with your life. And so I hope that you can take these tips and maybe integrate them into your own routine or into your own system so that you can find a way that you can be productive in your business and do what you love, follow your passions while still honoring yourself, your body, your values, and your why. So let me know down below if you found any nuggets in this video. Also, just another quick reminder before we close the video, if you guys want to try Magic Mind, use my code down below, click the link in my description, and you can get a special discount. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for another video. Bye!